Alright. Episode 2 of the Guitar Hangouts podcast. Let's go. So, Guitar Hangouts, we're calling it Guitar Hangouts. Ram came up with the name. I didn't have any good ideas, so I went with it. So, muna siya. We should introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
So,
we didn't last time.
Wala mi naka-introduce last time. Wala to spontaneous or ito, wala mi nagsabot mo sa topic. So karon we decided that we should talk about a specific topic and we're gonna introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
So guitar related lang siguro, no? I'm Dave Gonzalez, guitarist of Stallions of the Burning Church and Quarter to One. Yeah. Shout out to Third Street Concepts. We're going to Third Street Concepts. Check out the store for cool design shirts. May mga bagong designs. Third Street Concepts. So, guitarist of Stallions of the Burning Church, Quarter to One, and napod ko akong solo thing going on. Tawad.
Ram.
Sa Banpan.
Ram sa Banpan.
The Great.
Kuan kanang guitarist ko, session guitarist ko for Kurt Vic, Jackie, Lourdes, and Jerica. Or basically sa Vispop. So, nakapili sa Vispop. Sa band, wala na. So, lukuan na lang ko. Sa work, na po drummer lang ko sa Wolfpack or slash guitarist, depende sa need. Then, previously, affiliated with kanang Panophobia, Counterpoise, o March the Sky. Intertwined. Intertwined.
Kalimutan mo.
Di dyan na dapat kalimutan yung Intertwined.
So, mostly ako rock, metal, although I try to try so hard to blues it up or jazz. But I never could. Rock yun ko ng gitarista. Ram is more kanang diverse.
For the love of money.
Bitaw. Okay na. There's no shame in that. Pero even without money, no, I'm sure you can still pull it off. Yeah. Sa topic na taron. So you suggested
So suggest ko how to solo because I think muna yung majority sa questions na I think pag umigang unsa kay mayo nga topic but it's better to address the kanang elephant in the room usually ba kay for example kita ka ni Dave live grabe na kaysa gibuhat ang una dyan mo buhat pre ko na ako na pag college gyusam na nimo Dave amo lang English how to solo. Alright.
So sa ako in terms of kanang question when you talk about how to solo duha ka things makam sa akong mind how to write a solo o how to improvise.
Okay. Nice.
So kay improvisation is kanang
another thing.
So you want to expand a lot. Unsa may imong process sa pag
improvise.
Like what goes on sa imong mind when you're improvising and unsa imong approach sa pag suwat ng solo.
Yeah, so ang ako is ang imo Dave kay magsuwat kag solo at the same time ako kay any solo nga I write may improvise or written or on the spot kay kanang ni delve in ako sa 10 points na ko sa tasa 10 points pero 10 points na akong ginakwandaan ba but
nakay 10 points
nakay 10 points nga gina-follow ba
10 steps tips okay
wala siya kung ako ni siyang gi-borrow or gikawat ni Victor Wooten ba kay natoy one time nga actually kanita na akong kuan kaning every kuan na siya kay example like dito one time nag-gig me somewhere niya nastorya mi sa mumigo nga taga Berkeley gigi kanabot si Jikoy shoutout Jikoy practice sa baton niya mo to kanang I also play for the feast day kalimot ko now
maganda no
niya kanang tawagan ni so na 10 points ako nang gibaro ni kuan niya si Jikoy nga kanang if muhatag gani ka og kanang si Mixoya ba yung sa scale sa kung na A minor sa E kung sa buhatan mo sa A minor nana ba so daghang kay mig istorya nana like 1 hour or 2 hours pa dong sa trip niya nangutan na di ko niya kay ko ba Dagang
Sa
yung
gitarista pa na siya?
baista.
Baista.
Yan na Berkeley man na siya. Sa Berkeley na ni kuan siya sa katong summer class sa Berkeley niya. Hindi siya ako. Katutan na ng gistoryaan ram. 10% rato siya. Ano ulo? Toy, word ni mind blown ko ba? So, bisag kibaw pa ka sa tanan notes ko, di mo ma-apply ang another 90% or the other 9 elements out of 10 kay ana ra jud ka kutob bisag lami kay kag notes ana gani. So ang basic nga kuan gi-divide na siya into like 4 so na kanang basic rudiments and ana gani. Then complex rudiments, then we have katong murag
So even sa gitara na din mga rudiments, binog sa drums.
Sa yeah mga gi-coin up.
Diddle.
Gi-coin ra to niya.
Okay. So more gitawag na niya rudiments for guitar.
Merge and ana lang din. Ang nakakatuanan kay merg nag-start ka og notes. Ang basic rudiments is made up of 3 elements. So notes, space, og rhythm. So notes mo to 10% ra kay out of 10. Diba?
I think I remember Dr. Wooten
diba?
mentioning that in one of his instructional videos. Most of us focus on notes but
just
napay articulation,
so, there it is. The
dynamics, napay...
Muna siya, kanang duha yung result, articulation, dynamics. Articulation meaning the kanang how long o how short the notes are. You can give life.
Si Victor Wooten sa Berkeley
yeah.
So he got that from Victor Wooten. Okay.
Like skwela sa like kita kay instructional siya kay like inani rin daw kalay sarili ka mamayong. I mean one of the best ways to be good at it or a song or genre nga is to always immerse yourself ba. And then if you're immersed sa culture mismo, listening to it, it's good.
Yeah.
But if you're immersed mismo sa musical culture, I mean, you're listening to music, but if you're immersed to that certain culture, like, it does wonders. Like kita, kita pa minog metal, immersed kita, sa una ka, ato tag Hellfest, ako rin magputi. But immersed kami og metal, and then that helps us to develop our kwan ba. Maminaw ka, bisag ka to si Lance, bata pa kay si Lance. Grabe na kayo. Duwa pa mo kuglapo ka ng idara. Pero anyways,
July 17, gitara na siguro. No?
Ako, ang gitara ko per Magnat.
Exaggeration. But anyways, going back to the...
Thank you.
10 points.
So, notes, then we have space, and then we have katong rhythm. So,
I think napay phrasing, no?
Yeah.
I think nakinomdom ko. I saw that instructional video. Is it the same?
Yeah.
Is it the same?
Or nara siya derivative.
Okay, wala ko na one.
Yeah, imo to gi-mention ganina ang next two complex rudiments, which is articulation og si dynamics. So the dynamics, how hard and soft, or anything in between sa hard and soft.
Diba? I'm happy to know nga tibaw ra ko si mo yung istorya. Abi now it's something I don't know.
And then naday kay so to murag technical something, kalimot ko sa exact term sa iyang murag
technique.
Which is technique og tone. So technique is only ato lang na i-dive down later siguro ang everything else na phrasing, listening. Listening, you have mo ta immersion ba to music. You have to listen sad ko like kung mag-jam ta. Dili kon nga kanang nag-shred na ka diha, lami na ka ginatagan ya. Tubag na sagad ka ng mindless shred yang usa ka nag-igat-igat na sila kay sakay. Same ko nilang Josat og nilang Steve Vai kanang nasa listening magtubag-tubag. And then phrasing kalimot ko ba? Nato dito ilan naman na 8 napay duha. But anyways,
I think we can start to talk about
the basic lang siguro
those things nga matong na-mention.
So sa notes nga part kay nindot na siyang notes because when you play notes you basically know the scale ana.
I think ang kuan ni Victor Wooten na to nga murag a lot of people or most people jud kay too stressed about kung unsay scale ani, unsay gamiton ani brad unsay scale, but kuan I think iyang gi-demo atong nga video was he could play a solo with the wrong notes.
Yeah.
Like, let's say ang key was D major or one any whole step down in it. But let's assume nga D major na so. Or like C na lang, C major.
My bad.
Para sayang naman ang notes sa C, D, and the fun. All the sharps outside sa C major scale.
Yeah.
So, ang gibuhat ni Victor Wooten was ni solo siya using E flat, F sharp,
yeah.
G sharp, B flat, o lima no?
C sharp.
C sharp. He soloed a solo using those five notes, which is considered to be wrong notes, but yang gipa-compare yang mga students nga solo with the right notes but walay dynamics, walay feel. Yang gipapili ang mga students nga asa may mas nindot. Yan sila nanay mga students nga katong wrong notes. So yan nga you're telling me nga ang wrong notes sounds better with all the one. So meaning ang kanang notes is very gamay ra nga percentage.
Exactly.
If you have articulation, if you have dynamics, if you have phrasing, if you listen, if you have space, if you give it attention, mas nindot siya paminaw. If you just for the sake of playing the right notes, nga walay feel, walay dynamics ana. So mo na yung point.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't play the wrong notes, right? But what I can do is kanang when you say notes ba kanang kadog naman siguro magtatanong chromatic scale. So sa iyang chroma means color, di ba? So adding the wrong notes, the chromatic note gives more color. Yeah. So like instead of playing like for example, sorry, C major, my bad. I could play Nakubahan ito ako kay Yes eh. Pero
I heard
diba Mark? Ba?
Compared to just major.
Diba Mark?
It doesn't sound like bad, but
it doesn't sound bad,
but if you add the one, the point is that if you add more notes, chromatic, you add color, you add more texture sa sound.
Still nagsulti ito nga, the human ear can only like na-generate at least 12 or 11 something, pila na 12 notes, diba? Pila na ang 12 na tanong.
12 sa kuan ka ng reggaeton ka ng western.
Yeah. So, ano nga sila ngayon, kanang if you only have like 12 man na tumadungog sa tong ears, so if you only play like the 7 notes, you're good. But if you play like 8 or 9, like may insert ka na makabantay dito mga tao, look, wala. Anong yabag man to? Pero okay ra man na gani. Yeah, ang uban mo kay literal mo nila agion ang chromatic, di nila i-resolve ba. So like well, same sa blues so na kapag katunaw sa G minor din, sorry. Pagana din ba, kaya mo solo ko. Wala ko. Ako, I mean, pwede good ka mo superpose karon kay Mark. It sounds good. I mean, for me at least. But kanang, pwede ka wala. Kanang marag, make siya difference. Whereas all kay marag, muhulong ka sa kanang note ba? Over A ba, marag, tritone ba siya? So marag,
I think naka-mention po si Casrigovan na ng kada note, like all the notes played along or against. Depende how the note sounds, na siya function. Ganun.
Exactly.
So you need to like ilailahon mo kung, and so that you know if kung sa mong intention, like if you want to make it sound melodic, you play the third or kanang kwan. If you want to give tension, then you play an outside note.
Yeah. Kana mo matter siya because kanang if you know the function or interval on a certain, let's say the key or whatever, or the root of the certain chord that you're playing over, it makes a lot of sense when you know the difference sa unsa sila mag-function, because then you can express yourself more ba.
Mas kuan ka.
Dili gani. Okay, for example, kita as guitarist, I'm also guilty of that nga kanang more solo lang ka over niya, A minor niya, right off of the floodgates, or i-open, ram solo din lang, sambugiro kanyan. Ano din si, shout out Barry Viso po din, kanya na po sa Barry na ako nga, solo, ang space. Barry is a man of like lots of notes, ha? And he told me nga, kanang, he's really good at sweeping, Frank Gambale, Alan Woolsworth, like lahi siya nga level ba, like if na yung mga guitar gods sa Cebu, marag, na siya sa creator level ba, kanang gods or people.
Everyone knows Barry.
Exactly. Even taga Manila or anywhere around the world, marana ba. So
if you don't know him, then eventually you'll know.
You'll know him because kanang grabe jud like my sweeping was murag gikan pa na akong besides ni Dave nga natudlo na akong sweep. Like siya nagtudlo na akong mga Gambale stuff, like economy jud, like katong example mo nga katong person mo bot din na economy, di ba?
Yeah.
So anyways, so as about space.
Ano siya to?
Sorry.
How about if we magkuhan ka ba? Tune ba niya siya ng gitara?
Half step down, sir.
Half step. So, ano siya is D. No? Hindi. Wala pa rin. Those steps, Bernie. What if, I'm not sure if madunggan yung acoustic, no, but mabugay. Alright. Juan, we were talking about improvisation. What are your approaches sa kanang pag-improvise? Ikaw may murag, kaya ako, the type of guitarist I am, murag ba?
Rhythms.
Wadyo ko'y gamit in terms of magtapok. Yeah,
I don't believe that.
One, like for example, na ato sa dagat, barkada. Kasi, si Dave, ihatag yung gitara kay gitarista ni, kasi siya kung karon. Kaya akong ipang practice mga
same.
So, wa ko yung mga songs, so I'm very bad at chords and memorizing what the chords of a song is. So, I'll turn to you to that, but ikaw suggest na kung say chord progression na itong buhaton.
Kasi basic lang siguro ng C lang. Mag-F,
C og F? Sure?
Kaya ang point din sa improvisation na to, kan notes, siguro ako i-apply ang katong trino, ang notes. So when you have C and F, obviously that's on the key of C. And then you can play C all over. And then may space, so like muhad kag breathing, muhad kag life, because sometimes when if you don't play but if you add the spaces ba, you might not know that music might fall off sa diya nga part ba, kay it's musical if kanang nakay balance of both. Yeah, sorry, mo plug in lang ko quote kay kasi sige to quote to paglas ba. So ningon na sila nga ang music kuno kay unsa na kanang ate. Hindi ko try ko kana ka to lumik yun. Sa term ni kanang every time ko na nag-play kag Spotify, then may play, then no na ka kay nga na kay client something, imo na pause. Then said, did the music stop? Yan, ningon daw sila nga well, basically, may ko na stop ang quote na is, and the music never stops, it just rests. It's still playing, but it's just resting. So, appeal daw na siya sa muna importante ang rest daw, Char.
Na ako'y thought ba or idea nga or di lang na siya na kayo mention kayo. It will lead us to a whole different topic nga sana sa siguro ka-oras or I don't know.
Yep.
So let's stick to that topic nga improvisation na sa taron kay Juan.
Papay gamit ng notes ba?
Ano dyan kay spontaneous ba?
So mo to like C og F lang sa niya. I'll be using like that kanang notes, then add kog space, then rhythm is like subdivisions, kibaw naman ka na like 8 notes or you can be like say play lang 1, 2, sa C lang 2, 3. So right on the get go la C or kani ka part kay B flat din sorry no B flat o E flat no diba? So you can play the C major or B flat major scale. Nothing wrong with it, but if you listen to it, if kana ko emphasize, which is medyo advanced na siya sa phrasing for me. Kaya ang phrasing is how you like mahibo kag suot kag notes and anyways, this dito diha kay nilayat na pugo. So notes mo to kaysa sakto nga notes. Mo add kag chromatic 1, 2, 3 and so ang gibuhat sa nako sa rhythm gi-change up na ako nga dira ko mag 8 notes wala na sorry wala naggo 1 2 8 notes and work ako siya gi-change up mo triplet amot kung sa tong gibuhat basta akong gi-change ang rhythm ba nga dili siya ma one dimensional ba and sometimes it's how you imong take nimo kung unsay imong gipaminaw mo gawas sa jud na siya so mo na mo sulti pag last time practice would permit it's only mo gawas sa live is 5% and this is walay practice sorry jud kayo.
Ang katoy mo mga phrasing, Brad, is you learned it from learning other guitarists. So,
kato copy ko, sige, chipra.
Can you like, kinsa man tong mga guitarist na fan ka?
Paminaw ko, actually, ni-try ko paminaw ko ng mga standards, kasi sorry, Barry, wag ko paminaw ko over their standards ba. But, like, paminaw ko YouTube, kung saan trip sa kong dunggan, ako na si Crown or sa Instagram, makakita ko ka na mong
like, do you like, when you listen to a song, imo din ala nindo to sada ako sa ipo siya kuputing ang gitara then like you learn it.
Yeah, in a good day I can do that, but if not, like I could screen record it, then put it in my favorites, heart na ko. Then the next day, if it's too fast, slow down na ko. Then I learn the like
screen record para ma-slow down ni mo ang
namo.
Okay.
Kanang technology.
Yeah.
Thank you, technology.
No excuses.
No excuses. But the only ones that you have are the ones you set yourself. Anyways, Rusty Cooley. Pagawa na to kay more dyan na imong ikuha na notes, then space. So, like, di ba, ni breathe mo ko to. Last down. 1, 2, 3, and right on the get-go, pwede ka nga, ginhawa, di ba? Okay. Wala lang. Diba, Murag? Laisa siya nga feel kung imutang ang space ba. Then, pwede
I think
mo...
ang may tabo na itong gisulti ni Jose Triani man siguro or I'm not sure. If you do that daw, mura kag you're telling the listener to kali siya wag mo na man
Bitaw.
para murag makuha ng listener ba unsay sunod niya to karon
Okay, mo bring such it's putting tension or ganang ano ba, tension without playing notes ba siguro I guess. But ano siguro like live or kanang mo solo ko late kay connect cut on space kay kanang kuan kay may shredders or ba ta chart. Old school ba, the alternate pick.
Yeah, I remember katong sa una like early Stallions days nga murag akong solo kay kuan radio. Murag
Nothing wrong with that.
Mga ni-criticize akong pagtukar and when I look back po atong style murag makaingon ko nga bati ato murag that's when I learned how to like bend sa butang sa tag mga prolonged notes. It's not all about shred. Add space, add rest, mga kwan.
Diba?
Slide pagka bend sa kaginagmay.
Yep.
You learn phrases from other guitarists. So it's not all about the fast and flashy stuff. Nasa a place sa solo for sure.
Ningon sila those who can't do kuno kay kanang those who can't shred kay ilan na daw to less is more. Diba? Like I believe more is more. Less is more in a sense ka more dagan ka mabuhat but more is more also literally because more is literally more.
Na siya yung meaning of less is more.
Yeah. The less you think, mas lami sa yes, but sometimes, dili at all times ma-apply sa less is more. Mga ba? Like, you have to know when...
Dili siya literal ka meaning of less is more. So,
exactly.
It has a deeper meaning.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, ikaw na topic.
So, like, more na siya, importante yung 3 rudiments. So, if you have that drilled down, so if you have your scales and you know how to add space, you have to breathe. Let's say, but your breathing patterns, pwede ka like, systematic ka like 1, 2, 3, 4. Every 3 kay mo rest ka. 1, 2, rest. Sometimes it doesn't need to be like that. Kanang ko lang, like, play your phrases or play the lines and then rest if you feel like resting. And then, ang next part ato nga medyo kanang kuyo siya paminawan for me at least kay nag-add naman kog articulation of dynamics. Articulation like how long and how short the notes are so. I can play staccato. This is
dynamics.
Yeah, what?
Or
then dynamic side like how hard or di ba like siya ka feel bisag same na siya kalik. Oops. Trick. Pero ano siya, you have to listen, di ba? Kaya kung wag ka nag-listen, sige ra kayo na feel na kini mo niya.
I like to talk about one Brad ka ng kasi ako like we mentioned shredders and we had to learn how to like slow down and give space sa atong pag-solo. So how do we do that? So I think we need to namagot tayo mga listeners po nga basin beginner pa sila
Wala.
So basin nanuktok wala. So Ako mas-suggest ana is like, paano, let's say kato C. Akong gibuhat sa una is like, especially if you're practicing, you have all the time in the world to like just experiment. So like sit on a note. Ikaw daw ipan ba? For example, solo po. Ano ra? You listen to how it sounds like.
Yep.
Paminaw na nimo ba how it sounds? Yeah. Sometimes man good. As you're playing, you hear a melody in your head and you just follow it. Yeah, next note. Next note. How does it sound like? And I'm just playing the major scale in one string. So that's muna ko ma-suggest. If you're kanang you're stuck in this kanang shred nga habits gani. And you're trying to like teach yourself to slow down. So literally slow down. Listen to the notes that you're playing, one note at a time sa scale. And you can even play the outside notes and see how it sounds like. So ilahon nimo ba unsa may function atong C with the C and F chord.
Yeah.
Unsay function sa D with the C and F chord.
Yeah.
And
well, basically, if you think about it, per chord, every note sa like if you play the whole, lahi jud sa like ang C sa C nga chord, nga may play a C note sa C chord, whereas ang C sa F chord is lahi, di ba?
And then that's when your kanang knowledge comes in. Kay kuan dito siya.
Fifth
siya sa morning ni nakadungog ko nga murag the music was telling me to go back to C. I wrote man siya that's how you know ba that's how you learn nga mo ni gamit sa interval. So,
kids, Tito Dave, it's good advice.
Mo na siya kung suggest na.
So need to say because if you don't know how it sounds like or if you play random like I could play kanang advanced na gamay natay phrasing balik. What kay ang ningon sila the money notes are the triad notes and the notes that is
triad notes is 1 3 5.
Yeah, 1 3 5. So like a chord is basically the kanang triads but played all together. And then so if mo play ka C, so may mo player kung sagi 1 2 3 and play kung C. That's root. It's good. C lang yapon na. And I can play the third which is E. Or melodic na siya, di ba? Then I can play the fifth. Then I could play ang seventh kay for extension na, di ba? Then kailangan siyang resolve mo. But if you think, ningon sila nga ang karon kay kanang mitikuloso na kay kung maminaw ba kung makadungog og like other notes nga dili appeal sa triad o sa kato extension or yung money note kay weirda no. So for example, 1, 2, 3, go. D is right, is the second note, diba? For ako D sa for F.
But it sounds different.
Yeah. Na pa? 6. So 9, 2, 4, 6. Anyways, pero you got the point.
So kana pa lang dano mag ni add na siya color. It's not even it's still within the scale.
Yeah.
It adds different sounds.
Yeah. So but you have to know that kanang the resolved notes are the triads or at least ang appeal to extension ng 7. And those 2, 4 and 6s are the like passing notes. Or kanang
but I think that's where the idea of kanang superimposition at least kanang basic sense of superimposition mo come in kay that ang chord man god was just 1 3 5.
Yeah.
I'm not giving
other extensions
enough information so you're free to like go to the 6 because I'm not doing
correct
the 6 unless kung mag 6 jud ko or ako yung minor vented ba ron or I'm matiade then you're forced to like not play or the 6th in this case will have a different effect something like that.
So minute na siya in a sense nga dapat tibaw ka na and you should know like ideally kanang I think maybe so beat 1 at least if you're not playing that fast ba para mas emphasize a melodic. I could be wrong, this is only my idea but this is my approach so like
you're right
on on beat 1 at least, or kanang kanus ka mo sud on that chord, you have to at least land on one of those kanang notes kang triads. So like 1, 2, 3, land ko siya, C. Yeah, I can play solo or anything. F though. And this is the 7th, okay? So kato ni play ko 5th, niland ko sa mga triad nga notes, and for me it sounds right basta sa 1, and then the rest say mong basta malaan lang ka sa triads, and then the rest kay passing or whatever. And
By the way, kuan naman ko'y issue man ko na siya, common kani siyang problem ba nga kana ganing knowing the intervals and the knowledge gani na ba lang I feel ako. Actually, you can just feel, no, as long as you know what the notes are. I-feel lang sa jud, if you're not comfortable, if you're not ready to like learn the intervals, the names of the intervals, i-feel lang sa nya. Later on, as you're playing, makaingon na ka, nindutan nga note, unsa man siya, maybe that's the time you kuan. Unsa man gud siya, kay importante man gud na siya para magamit nimo sa future nga kuan dito sharp fifth dito mo dang inato yung effect ano.
Niyat kay na imong gisultik kay, I mean, just to piggyback on it ba kay kuan sa bay kanang sa una sa kit where this okay bog intervals ba, where hadlok ko ginako.
Kuan dagan, it's common jud siya. Like I hear it all the time. Knowledge or theory of
so kanang
feel.
Theory is only there, it doesn't make you a good player, but it makes you a good teacher. If ganahan ka mo pasa og knowledge ba, at least masabotable ganita na nimong resulta, and it's not forced, or it's like, oy ba, i-feel, or how can you teach feel? More kana.
But kung i-feel naman sa good ka kutob, then kanang there's so much potential ba nga wala nimo gi kuan sa imong self. Kay you could have kanang, if you knew what you felt, then you could have express it better.
See kids, kadog ka to.
Aside sa teaching.
Because
and you can also communicate with other musicians. Like when you're in a band, ay, kuwan nito siya, Brad. Dorian to. Minor niya, major 6 or something. It helps ba? Kaysa may lang ka nga, kani nga feel. Feel na ni. Swerte ka kung kamaoray mong okay.
Or if that guy thinks you're a dick, then you're gonna be a dick forever. Sorry, censor that. So I mean, feel is good, but you have to put it at the right place and then communicate. And for me, like katong gisulti ni Dave, sayang kay ang potential, and music theory is like a map. So if na kay feel map, you can still go to that place where you want to go, but you're not sure when or how to go sa faster place kani ka na sa map, optimal nga way ba. Makadto gyapon ka, but masaag pa ka, or if masaag matagapan na nimo, makita nimo dayon. Di para sa music theory nga naman, it's good that it's there, but it doesn't mean nga kuan nga mag-think ka pirmi o mga inana, at least, di ba?
By all means feel, because that's what music is all about, but do not close your mind to like knowing what you feel and knowing more.
Yeah. Ako kay dili kay ko feel type nga person kanang nanag kog technical stuff, but later on gani nga kanang nag-start kog improvise kanang sa lamadera kanang jam kay kuan kay ko kanang lick number 1 chareng, lick number 2 then ko improvise ko fudge mo play lang kog song or ano mo play lang kog lick one song, and then it naani ko lukob bitaw sa nandin diha na mosud ang feel. Ang for me ang feel kay superimposition na siya sa kung feeling towards mo, like mo play ko og kasadya ning taknaan, for example, di ba? So, sounds festive, but if I could
mention ba si Victor Roten na ba nga by changing the feel, changing those 10 other mausab ang genre or,
exactly. Kay we're na superimpose mga muna para nako ang feel
Ay kato no. Light siya nga.
Light siya.
Mo sa siyang
let's go. Let's na. Di ba? Exactly. Tinod. Yeah, or in my rock, or mag-add kag breakdown or whatever, add kag dissonance. And my feel is kanang para nako kana, but when you say bay feel na ba, so are you saying nga ba naghap ko? And it's good nga man, okay ra kung naka-experience nimo same tag again, di ra pa jud kariya, so siguro kanang lahi na sa badan. So I guess you have to kana by all means feel ganang kay ko atong gisulti ba. Kay music is about that. You don't use theory when you're on stage. Pay, kaya sabi, nag-play ko kuhan may Demented 7 to the major fifth flat. Di ka maginana diya on stage.
No, bitaw.
Don't, practice ka, drawing board, ikaw sa, bahala ka diya. Yan, sa yung spam sa by all means. So, kay ko, ako nang gamitan ko.
Say by all means.
Ano ka, by all means. So, balik ra kung, ganaan ko ito, by all means. Sorry, nadako sa phrasing. Pero muna siya, importante na siya nga, mute to yung resultive. So, muna siya yung rule for me. So, i-mix lang na, walay wrong, walay right things. So, it's up to you kung saan yung pag-decide. And muna siya yung magic na magawa sa mong individuality kay, diba? Kay maglama kayo mong own set.
Lahi man tayo kuhan. Kinabuhi.
Yeah.
So, lahi siya magawas sa music.
Kami ni Dave mo, play make A minor pentatonic. It's the same 5 notes.
Yeah.
But he can play the pentatonic differently and sa akong way.
May katong nagpatulo ko rin katong nakaling ka rin. Ako nga, kung ako'y mabuhat kayo murag kan, di siya magawas naturally or maybe I need more practice na. Kaya bago siya nga lick.
Immersion, listening.
Immersion, you have to immerse yourself. So,
but it's good. Growth jud ka nang, kung every time nga feeling mo nga na-peak na ka, you're in trouble. Like,
I guess you need a new challenge.
Yeah, but sometimes...
Yeah, there's always a new challenge, especially sa music.
Yeah. Kayo. Well, for example, like, kanang new challenge or siguro sa imong self lang bang mag-set na kag new limits. Ano ba sa imong self? Dili na ka karon kay standard na. So anyways, muna siya ang how to solo.
Kay murag
36
minutes. Okay na to, no?
Okay na
murag, we'll save the rest for the next episode. So we covered how to wala ta naka-cover sa how to write a solo though.
Oh my God.
Yeah, next episode na siya.
Yeah.
Now we touched on how to improvise and I think gamay ra ganito.
Gamay ra jud kayo. Dagan kita istorya.
Dagan pa tog kuan in terms of how to improvise we still have a lot to talk about.
Actually dagan pa gini kay 10 gusto niya tong gitouch kay 3 ra niya sa 3D po jud nga grabe kay tong gitouch.
So yeah, we'll talk about it more in the next coming episodes. Kana lang sa for now kay mangabli pa ko sa store. Kay kuan na 7:30 na. So that's it guys. Salamat for tanaw.
Thank you.
Salamat Brad.
Thank you Brad.
Boom. All right.